Hi, I'm Max with Customers Chasing You, and today I'm going to teach you 3 ways to increase the lifetime value of your customer. Sound good to you? Well, you've already paid to get the customer, and it's an expensive process. And this is a mistake I see all the time, is people pay a lot of money to get a customer. You know, I'm in masterminds with people who are going to huge lengths, and there's all these different processes and all this really intricate marketing, and then they do a deal with a customer, and then it like totally stops. And so I'm going to teach you how to take that and increase it by double, by triple. You can triple the value of your customer by far. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to do it as quickly as possible. So just kind of sit back, relax, take some notes, and at the end, I'm going to give you some tools that you can use to like put this into action right away. So the learning objective that I have for y'all for this particular video, y'all, you can tell I'm in the South, is I want to give you just 3 things that you can do to increase the lifetime value of your customer and put them into action quickly. You know, we always want to take this information. Information is good, foundational principles are important, but I want you to take this and put it into action. So what is the lifetime value of a customer for you? I want you to think about that. If you've never studied that or thought about it, you should, because that's how you know how much you can afford to pay to get that customer. And very advanced marketers, they know these metrics 100%. So they will identify what, you know, different services there are. This isn't a lifetime value like formula class, but basically it's what are you going to sell somebody like right now? What can you offer them in the future? How long are they going to be with you? And once you figure out about how much economic value, we have to factor in referrals too, because that plays into it. But you factor in all the different ways that a customer can help serve you and your business economically, okay? And then that's the lifetime value of their customer, the lifetime of your business and how long they're a customer of yours, right? And so what we want to be doing is we need to know that. We want to maximize that number, and then we're going to use that to create our marketing budget. So if you don't know what it is, at least we're starting to talk about it now. So I used to think, the old Max, that it was all about one-time value. So I would just calculate the gross profit per deal on the houses that I was flipping, and to me that was the lifetime value of a customer. So it was like, okay, I didn't even talk in customers, I thought in deals. But the problem is deals don't talk. Houses don't talk. Customers do. Okay, change your vocabulary. If you're just like deals, 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 and it's like, well, no wonder you don't get any referrals. You ain't talking about the person who got you that deal, right? So it's like, it's just changing that is like a little thing that's a huge pivot. And so your customer can refer you to other people. Your customer has other needs that you can provide, that you can connect other people to. So that all factors in. So I used to think just one time. I was like, okay, my gross profit per deal, wholesale and fix and flip average together was like $33,000. So that's my lifetime value of a customer. I didn't really know what that was at the time. But now when I'm thinking lifetime value of a customer, I'm thinking double that. I'm thinking triple. I'm thinking big numbers, in some cases 10. I'll show you how to do that. But when you start like doubling and tripling and 10xing things, like that's a multiple that you'd be very hard pressed to find something in your business currently that you're like kind of inefficient at, and then if you improve it a little bit, yeah, you'll get some gains, but it's like 20% maybe, or 5% increase, 10% increase, 25% increase, not, you know, 1,000%. That's the stuff I'm interested in, because I only have so much time on the planet. I mean, you can tell, like, I'm not, this is all natural, but like, I ain't gonna last forever. And so I have to make the most of the time that I have right now, and I have to do things that have the most leverage. And this stuff has huge leverage. So if you skip this video, sad. Of course, you won't know it because you skipped it. But if you're listening right now and you're like, interesting, I'm not sure how it applies, stay tuned, trust me. It's huge, huge value. So what are the 3 main ways? Number 1, you got to get the right customer. Number 2 is have multiple service offerings. And then number 3 is to extend the length of the relationship. So we're going to start with the right customer. Not everybody's your customer, okay? If you think that you're trying to serve everybody, you're going to serve nobody. Segmentation is in. It's happening. People, there's more choices than ever, that if you're not the exact choice that somebody wants, they're not going to work with you, because it's easier to find people who are the right choice. So you have to draw a line in the sand and say, this is who we work with, this is who's not a fit. I did a real simple exercise with a company that I consult for. They were really struggling to attract the right people to their club. And I said, well, who's a fit and who's not a fit? And they had never thought that way. They're like, well, everybody's a fit. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. I'm like, really? Okay, well, let's talk about who your most successful people are. And they had more similarities than differences. I said, okay, these folks are a fit for your club based on this background and this, desire, right? And I go, well, do you ever have people who join and they can't stand it or they quit? And they're like, yeah. Like, okay, well, what's the characteristics of those folks? And that's not a fit. You can do this. This is super important to do when you're hiring. I have a hiring whole system that I teach people, and it's been very valuable. I did not understand this. I had people that work for me that were not a fit. So then I made a T-chart and I listed all their characteristics, and then the opposite was a fit, right? If you don't like something, sometimes the opposite is what you like. And then I started to put in all my job descriptions. You can go online, they're all on there. This is the kind of person who does well at our company. This is the kind of person who's not a fit. We're not discriminating. It was stuff like organization, and how punctual they were. And it's just stuff that just not a fit where we are, right? So that's really important. If you can't be the cheapest, be the most expensive, but don't be in the middle. A lot of people say dumb things like, I just want to have a really good price because, something. I mean, just not getting it. It's these businesses run on profit. And if somebody can pay $1 more to get a customer than you can, they're going to get the customer, not you. And so you have to be very purposeful. And don't be afraid, if you have a really, really awesome product or service, to be expensive. And if somebody is shopping for your service and it's only based on price, then you either haven't clearly demonstrated your value, or you're in the wrong industry, I guess. But people are really paying for value. The reason that they want a lower price from you is they don't perceive you giving more value for the lower price that somebody else is offering. That's really what it all comes down to. But you got to be niche. If you're not niche, somebody says that if you want to be rich, you got to be niche. The riches are in the niches. I've heard this a million times, but it's true. So you have to find something and focus on it. Don't try to help everybody, because it very seldomly works. Number two, multiple streams. So, when I started out, I was only doing one thing. I was buying somebody's house. Then I only had one exit strategy, wholesaling, because that's how you get started, right? Then I added more exit strategies, so it allowed me to buy more types of houses. Then I added more services. So you could buy a house, you could list a house, you could refer somebody who's a senior to a senior housing facility and get paid a referral fee. I have licensees of our book program that do that now. They've started agencies with our system. Buyer's agent, right? You can refer somebody to a service provider and get a commission for that. So there's a lot of different streams, a lot of different ways that you can connect. And if you start adding those, you increase the lifetime value of your customer. That's what this video is about. So choices. Choices are key. And let me mention this. Honorable mention is that if all of the choices, I got one of these squeaky chairs, I promise. So if the choices can come from you, or they can come from other sources too. So don't think you have to go create all these other businesses. But here's another thing I would say too, is that just remember your customers, you kind of maybe right now think of your customers one way, their real estate needs, if you're a real estate entrepreneur. But they have other needs too. And so the fastest way to find out what they are and what they're the most frustrated with is just to ask them. But when you start building in multiple streams, that's really key, because usually if somebody buys from you once, they're willing to buy from you multiple times. You just have to have what they're interested in. If you don't know, ask them. Then create it or connect. It's pretty simple. Okay, the last one, number 3, is length. So length is how long they stay with you. That's the biggest problem with transactions. Transactional business is that you're always turning over new customers. You don't want that. And you're like, well, Max, somebody only sells their house every 7 years. What do I got to do? Wait for 7 years? Well, yeah. Okay, that's part of it, and that's good. Yeah, you should be in position, because not everybody follows that. Some people say 20 years, some people get tired of their house in 2, right? Then the other thing is they know people. But remember what we said on earlier episodes, they refer people that give them that wow experience. So, but another way to extend the length is through a subscription model. And we've talked about that in some other videos. So if you haven't seen that yet, you want to check it out, it's very powerful. But a subscription model customer is 3 times as valuable as just a transactional one-time customer. So if you have top line revenue of $1 million, your company is worth some multiple of that. Or if you have a net profit of $100,000, your company is worth some multiple of that. But a company where that income is coming from subscription customers is 2, 3, 4 times more valuable. And that's from books that I've read, and that's from people who valued my businesses, and that's from my friends who buy and flip businesses. They've all told me the same thing. But I was like, okay, well, why is that? Well, it's because those customers are more valuable. That's why they're willing to pay more to acquire them. Why are they more valuable? Because people who are on a subscription stay longer. So you take that income over 3 times as long is 3 times as valuable. That's how it works. So that's something to definitely take a look at. So we're going to wrap it up. Target the right person. Not everybody's your customer. Give them choices and multiple ways they can do business with you, and then extend the length of the membership, of the relationship, of the subscription. How do we put it all together? So I've got this is really cool. I've never given this away before, ever. I've created membership groups, mastermind groups, businesses, a lot of things. And I've always used this customer avatar template. It's 2 pages. You can use it to dial in your marketing. I've used it with my consulting clients, and it's done very well, and they pay me 5 figures plus. For you, it's free. It lists personal details of your customer, what their typical day looks like, problems they face, their feelings, solutions. It goes really, really deep. And I find that a lot of marketers, a lot of small business owners have never done this before, and that's why their offerings aren't resonating. That's why their open rate is so low. That's why their lifetime value of a customer is 1/3 of what it could be. Is because they just really don't understand their customer. They understand a little bit of them, but not the whole picture. And this will help you put it together in like 5-10 minutes. So you can click the link, free tools, just tell us where you want us to send it to, and then you'll get access to the whole library. And I have all the tools, all the systems that I use to run my businesses in, and you can get access to that immediately. It's all free download. So I hope you enjoy it. If you got some value from this video, give it a thumbs up. It helps circulate it, more people can see it. Share it with your friends. And until next time, be well, be blessed, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.